Besides, I want to be here with Sakura.
That's fine.
Okay, then Hina's guard number 1, but we need more. Yoko, that's you.
What?
Me? You're always a thorn in my side. This time just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order. Go fuck yourself. No, he's mad because she actually knows, like... I dropped my controller again. Why is it black? Like, he just wants her out of the way so she can't investigate because she's the one who's actually been getting answers, even though she's not sharing them ever. So he's just telling her to sit by and not do anything so that way she can't gather evidence. Suspicious ass bitch right here. I feel like I'm being mean, but I'm not. Fuck this dude. An order?
That's fine.
Fine, I'll stay behind. Then it's settled. Let's begin, shall we? Hold on. Before that, there's something I want to say.
What?
Is it fuck all y'all? Because I would. Which is? Hiro? I'm not saying his name. Toko, none of you are allowed to step foot in the crime scene.
Huh?
What?
It's your fault!
One of you killed Sakura. I won't let someone like that come anywhere near her.
Stop talking.
Don't be stupid. Our lives are in just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. Oh, do you now? I don't care what you say. I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her. Even if it means I have to use force, you're not getting in here. Well, it appears further discussion to be a waste of time. Fuck you, I hate this man. How about a compromise?
It's all clear.
I won't ask you to let us all in. Just let me. No! Extra fuck you! What? You don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway.
Yep.
Nope, don't really care. I'd rather spend my time coming up with another spooky fantasy involving Master anyway. And you, Hiro? You really object? I want him to get his ass beat so bad. It's absolutely him. I say that with no evidence. I just really hate him and I want it to be him. If you're gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should I care?
It's all clear now.
Then it's decided.
What are you saying?
Nothing's decided.
Calm down.
I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to his request. No! Fuck him out of principle. No! But...
Hey,
we have to find out who killed Sakura.
correct.
For those of us still alive, and to honor Sakura's memory. I exist? They don't need to go in there. Fuck all them. Fine, I guess that's okay. No matter what, you absolutely aren't allowed to touch her. Naturally, who would want to touch a filthy dead body?
Listen,
That's enough fighting. We just need to focus on the investigation from here on out. I can't spend the whole stream yelling at him. I'm gotta get through his bullshit till he dies. I need him to die. Everyone keep in mind, if we can't uncover Sakura's killer,
listen to me.
all of us face execution. Finding out who killed Sakura is mess the crime scene to spice things up. Did we not learn from chapter 2? Exactly! He is the worst, regardless of if he did it or not. He is the worst person to let in the crime scene. Ah! I mean, I had a text from my parents being like, can you keep it down? It's not a matter of hoping if we can do it. If we want to survive, we have to do it. It's a kind of hopeless hope. It's how I live my life. I don't really have a choice, so I just gotta do it. We have no choice but to just do it. Sorry, nope. Ew. I better check the Monokuma file before anything else. Victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. Did you say noon? The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. Her body was moved. I can tell already.
Hey,
I think the case this time might be a challenge. Why is that?
So...
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through. It's a locked room mystery! Which means the killer would have to escape somehow after barring the door. So the door was blocked from the inside and there was no way in or out till we broke the window. There's like zero escape, right?
In other words...
This is a classic locked room mystery! Locked room murder? I guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever. But could it really happen in real life? And right before our very eyes like this? I just had a thought. I watch a lot of true crime, and this is where my thought process is going. I wonder how many times they've, like, actual locked room mystery has happened, and how stumped detectives get, or if they just write it off as, whoa.
Hey.
Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails? Sure, if you don't mind. Do I need to know? I feel like the name is pretty self-explanatory for anybody. When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. Is there? First type was when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. This simply means that the killer commits his crime, then through some special method seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving locking of the room. Basic approaches include using a string or a simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. So for that, all we have to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right?
Correct.
The second time is the locked room already exists before the crime is committed. Oh?
In other words...
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from the outside to target the victim inside. You push a switch and it fires a handgun. You shoot an arrow through the gap in the door, something like that.
However...
Kyoko's thought process always fries at my brain. Is it complicated? I'm genuinely asking because it doesn't feel that way to me, but maybe I'm dumb? Or maybe I am too used to these kinds of things? This is pretty self-explanatory to me. In this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it. That's a really specific locker room scenario that you don't see often, a door with a gap in it. Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list.
It's true.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. What do you mean by that? I don't think that's possible considering we had somebody outside the door and 2 people inside. Like, I could imagine if it's just 2 people inside, you could probably sneak out, you know? But since there was somebody standing outside, meh. I think it's a me thing. I need to read things over before actually processing it. Oh, same. It's just I'm so used to these kinds of mysteries because I play a lot of puzzle games and I also watch a lot of like murder mystery, true crime stuff. So like this kind of stuff, I'm like, oh, I already understand it. And a lot of this game is that. So I haven't had issues with Kyoko's. But if this was like talking about something else, I totally get that.
In other words...
They stay hidden, and when the door is open, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. Sounds like it could have been possible. Maybe. No, it's not possible.
It's true.
And the fourth and final type was when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a locked room?
In other words...
True crime is so dope. Yes. I'm a big true crime person. Very, very... into true crime, and before anyone's like, oh, you know the serial killers. No, fuck them. I like true crime because fuck those people, and I need justice in my life. By that I mean, there's actually an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. You see this in a lot of novels and things, but reality, it's generally not... Wait, you see this in a lot of novels and things, but in reality, it's generally not possible. Robo Justice? Yes. Like Robo Justice. When you think we can... Then you think you can cross that one off the list too? Hold on, I just want to go back and reevaluate what she just said. By that mean, it's an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. You see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality, it's generally not possible. The psychology aspect of it is interesting. Oh, abso-fucking-lutely, yes. It is so... I find it so fascinating. Which is why I like a lot of those, like, true crime YouTubers that like go through the life story of the person, because then you get to like sit there and be like, how the fuck did they end up like this? I love that shit. It's so informative to me. I find it wildly fascinating. I also dabble in psychology, like studying psychology sometimes. So I find it the psychology of that kind of stuff fascinating, because I don't understand how people could be like that. Like, just, I'm not wired that way, so I'm just like, how the fuck do you get like this? So that stuff is fascinating to me. I'm gonna argue with her statement here, because what? I mean, there's actually an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. You see this in a lot of novels and things, but in reality, it's generally not possible. No? No, just no. No. What do you mean it's not possible? It's very possible. It's super possible. What? What do you mean? I know so many things like that. Like, I remember there was one murder that they didn't know how it was committed. And then it turned out there was actually a secret passageway behind like a mirror in the bathroom. And that's how the person got in and killed someone. Because they were like coming in and whatever, and like, I don't know, they were like, I think they were like ransacking the place, or they were like, just like, it wasn't like they went in there to murder somebody, but they went in, it was like some squatters or something, and they went through the passageway and someone was there and they're like, oh shit, you know? And then they left through the thing, so police were like confused until they found a secret passageway behind a mirror in the bathroom. So like, what do you mean in reality it's generally not possible? It is very possible. Are you kidding me? Secret passageways exist all the time, and even if there is no secret passageway, you could easily dig a hole through a wall and move something in front of it. You could say there's the ceiling has those tiles that you could push up. You could go through that, go to the other room, go down. What do you mean that's generally not possible? Sorry, I'm just getting heated here. This is a dumb statement. And I don't think we could cross that off.
Indeed.
I said generally. I don't think it's common in a normal setting. It's wildly possible, but my problem is I think she's trying to cross it off of the possibility list here. And I think that's so stupid. Have I seen Shawshank Redemption? Oh my god, yes, but I don't remember much of it. I only remember the ending. I saw it like a long time ago. I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locker room mysteries, those are the basics. There are 4 possibilities. I don't really think of them as numbered possibilities. I just think of the way I see these kind of situations like this is almost like a spider web in my head, like where you have like the point of fact that we have here, and then my head branches off into like multiple different possibilities, and then my brain kind of judges the probability of each one and then prioritizes those ones over others, if that makes sense. So I kind of like all the possibilities go through my head at the same time, and then I kind of pick which ones make more sense. I've never done it as like a numbered 4-part list before. And Kyoko, which one of the 4 choices seems the most likely in this case? Honestly, I think it's the last one.
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during the trial. But now, I can't really say. I see. The way the killer set up the locked room, until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. I don't think Kyoko crossed off completely. I just think she thinks it's not likely things, just keeps it in the back of her mind. I know, just trying to act like it's not probable here is kind of not great, because it's, I don't know. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. To Sakura, if nothing else. Especially because... what was the first one she said? I don't number things like this when it comes to, like, murder mysteries. So this is throwing me off. It's not the one with the gap, obviously. What was the first type? First type was created after the crime scene's committed. This one I don't is possible to me because we have not investigated the room yet, so it is very possible there's some sort of mechanism. That's that kind of shit that does not happen in real life that often, because like nobody's gonna have like the mindset or willingness to set something like that up. The second one is the crack in the door, which I don't think is possible unless they somehow like replaced the glass. I could see that, but however, I did notice something that rules that out. Killer stays in the room, not possible because Hina was outside, so they wouldn't have been able to, you know, do that. What do you mean by that? Stay hidden. And then the last one, I think, is honestly the one the fourth type is usually what I go to in games like this. That's my usual, like, that's probably how they did it. The first type is the one where it's likely, but I personally find those methods stupid, so I try not to. I don't usually think about that one because I'm like, that's dumb, or convoluted. The second one I say is not properly, like, is not correct because it appears as if they moved it, so they had to have gotten out after the murder. Hina got everyone else, meaning everyone was already outside the room before they broke it down. Yeah, and when they found the body, she was outside the room, so it wasn't like they could run out after Kyoko and Makoto ran in, because if they had run out at that point, they would have run into Hina, and then Hina went to go get everyone. I think she would notice if, you know, maybe she'll tell us that she wasn't able to find one person, but I highly doubt that. That feels a little too straightforward. So, there's a bloodstain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come Sakura, right? That doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Because she was moved. Magazine shelf bloodstain has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. I'm having a moment where, like, I feel like my tongue is too big for my mouth, so I'm like sucking at talking. There are shards of glass. Is that what that is? Scattered around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red, and these are top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? This must have originally been a bottle. Glass shards found on the floor has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Huh? There's something else on the ground near the glass. The figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. Could you imagine a whole Monokuma chess set with like that? That'd be cute. Figure on the floor has been added. Get that little hanky. This looks like some kind of wrapper. Huh? Ah, that's... Do you recognize it, Hina? Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's actually a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. They gave the candy to Sakura. I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we get into the warehouse, I took an entire box back to my room. Yo, I do that shit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie with myself. Hold on. Do that, or like I'm like, oh shit, I'm taking this entire box and hiding it. I'm that person. And then if I like you and you're like, oh, I want something like this, I'm like, yo, come to my room. I got some. Don't tell anyone else about it though. I am absolutely that person. Don't block the screen with that. Go to bed, you get too. Good night. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on him. Yo, Hina, my girl, she's my kind of person in that. I'm getting a lozenge. My throat's starting to hurt. Done a lot of talking today. You really like him that much? But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. Aww. And now they lost all their flavor. Hina. Aww, polka dot candy wrapper has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. That's really sad. Sakura drew the last breath, sitting slumped forward in his chair. There's obvious evidence to blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. Where? I could see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what would cause her to vomit blood? Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Status of Sakura's body. Oh no. I see it. Don't make me write about this. I'm really scared I'm right about this. Maybe her getting hit in the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Not a chance.
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting, don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected with why she died. Don't tell me I'm right about Hina. I don't want it to be Hina. I have like mild concern. What? That's not what I clicked. No. Okay. Why was it doing that? Some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance of to the room.
So...
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. What happened to him not letting him investigate? She was told to allow him in, so Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. No shit, you can tell. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
Wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, that protein can. It's got a label that says Chem A2. That reminds me. Sakura mentioned how the Chem Lab has all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the Chem Lab.
Just a second.
That's strange. Huh? What is?
Hey.
You see what's scattered around the can? Threads of light blue glass. They must be parts of the window I broke to get inside.
Correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can, they're also underneath it. Why does that matter?
So...
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. I have a bad feeling it's going to be Hina, and I don't want it to be. An important clue? I'm not sure I see how. I'm a little concerned, you know? Not what I meant to do. We already know who did it.
I won't forgive you.
It had to be one of them. I couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Well, let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. When I saw her again after that, she told me... She said she left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon? The Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stop her by force even, this would never have happened. Hina. It's impossible to not have regrets, I know. But the fact she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come into the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying. That'd be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. I wonder where they went. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. Oh, there's 2 missing, eh? And inside each bottle is some kind of Monokuma figure. I'm wondering is how they get those figures inside the bottles.
So...
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside? You never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have. I think my grandma used to have one of those.
In
I
other
don't know what
words...
she did with that thing. They just vanished one day. Or one year. Just I went to visit her again and it was gone. So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. Monokuma bottle has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. I feel like I'm starting to make sense of things little by little. Monokuma bottles sitting on the shelf. Hope you know your chess pieces. I vaguely do. I've tried learning chess before, but it is very complicated. But my dad does know chess, so I know a little. I'm just not very good at it. Monokuma figure we found on the ground. I just hope it doesn't want me to remember like how the movements are, because I don't remember half of them. I know the pawn is 1, the horse is 2, and then 1, like an L. Queen is diagonals. I think. Fuck. I don't remember. Monokuma figure we found on the ground. Red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean Sakura... Oh wait, no, is queen all directions? Like diagonal and then... Or is that king I'm thinking of? Fuck. Hi. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with the Monokuma bottle, right? Your shards of glass in the Monokuma figure are an evidence of that. Yeah, it's definitely missing... Well, it's not missing, I guess. Then there's the pawn, there's the rook, the knight is on the ground, the bishop is up there, it's missing the queen, and that's the king. So, your shards of glass and the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. I think it's just safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. Is that... Okay, I got it already. The magazine rack? The same shelf full of magazines. There's all different kinds of magazines here. Okay. That should be the... Was it the time? Do I need to know this? It's around 1 o'clock right now. According to the Monokuma files, Sakura died around noon. So roughly an hour ago. What? Was that when Kyoko and I were moving Alter Ego? Yeah, where did the queen go? Okay, I'm gonna talk to your ass.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? They found out. Interesting. And it's true? I did receive a note to that effect, yes. What fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. And he says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. I think it's just chair. It's just chair. The chair is shoved up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair has anything special done to it. They were really like, don't investigate further, there is nothing here for you. Is that everything in here? God, that is so loud and, like, bassy. This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only noticeable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself, because it's a locked room mystery! I've examined both the door and the chair. There's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. I kept the doorknob from turning. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not from the outside. Rec room door. Okay, is that everything? Wish I could move the camera while I did that. Oh, there's something over here. Huh? The locker's open, and there on the inside, it's a handprint?
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and left a handprint on all the dust.
It's true.
It looks quite fresh, too. I'd say someone was hiding in here in the locker, and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here and locked the room until the locked room was open, don't you think? And during a little confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. I'm just wondering why you didn't wipe that shit down beforehand. Huh? Why not?
Hey,
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point. What? Oh, I didn't even realize that.
indeed.
There's no way someone could have hidden there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does the handprint mean? That everything? Yeah, I think the only thing we haven't done is talk to Kyoko.
However,
But for Sakura to have been killed, yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
it's true.
And she didn't, I would say. I got the sneaking suspicion it's Hina. Oh. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit, because that's... Hear me out. The reason she vomited blood was something she ingested, right? Which, clearly, there's two different methods in which she could have ingested something here in the